Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, hi. Hello. My name is Avan, and this is probably the first time you hear my voice. And I'm thinking of making a hopes and dreams deconstruction video based on my friend Danforth, the guy who made the bad apple recreation, and the same idea. So I was like, and people have like asked me to like do an in-depth walkthrough how to remake hopes and dreams, and like I basically answer a lot in my comments on how to make one. So yeah, here I am. I finally found the motivation after like 1 year of not doing anything. I am not motivated at all to make this whole recreation, and this is a very recent recreation. This is my third iteration. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first is the strings detach. I use, oh yeah, don't forget, this is the producer edition version 20.7.2. I use that, and it's on 32-bit. So I don't use 64-bit because SoundFont player does not support 64-bit. So yeah, so this is it. Let me play it. Oops, I forgot to mute it, but it's fine. So what's inside is string detach. I have no ADSR whatsoever. All of it is disabled. Pins 1 detach from Squid font. Same also goes to the bottom half. I can solve it. So yeah, it's basically just that. And on its effects channel I just put it some fruity compressor, a little bit of parametric EQ, just trim the bottom end, and put a lot of reverb, about 30%, high decay, but the rest is I just leave it as that. And you can basically got the iconic hopes and dream strings detached. I mean, okay. So next is the flash, the FLS crash 01A, also known as the reverse crash. It's actually in FL Studio legacy pack under drums, kits, drum kit 01, FLS crash 01A, and then you just basically reverse it. Hold on. Yeah, just click the reverse button and you will reverse it. Okay, so we're nearing done the intro. So the next part is the oh yeah. So what this does, what's inside of it is basically the power drum, obviously. So what's inside is just toms rolling, and the ultimate guitar kit, which is basically the UGK. Oh, I forgot to unmute. You got a little portamento up here, just there you go, and then the square, also the same note as the guitar kit, but it's panned left instead, left by 40%. Hold on, where is it? Oh, I don't pan it in the panel. I pan it in the in the control panel. Yeah. Okay. So that is pretty much the intro. So the next part is the intro part of the Hopes and Dreams. Here it is. So let's break it down. So in the intro lead, what's inside is basically, you can see here, the duty cycle, stage instrument, viola, the funny viola, and then the next is the square, obviously square, pitch minus 100 cents. I forgot to tell you this. Pitch minus 100 cents, and this is my pitch LFO value. Yeah, that is 31%, 2%, and speed is 20%. Yeah, in this song, Toby does a lot of weird shit. Like, look at this. This is also minus 100%. Also minus 100 cents. Why? Because the sample inside the sound font matches with the songs what sample play in the song. What basically is. So yeah, he does a lot of weird shit. Like, he even uses the outdated version of NES VST. It's not NES VST 1.2, it's actually NES VST 1.1. If you can see here, this is not the correct notes at all. This is actually pitched down by negative 6 semitones, if I recall correct. No, pitched down 6 semitones, yeah. And the same goes for the triangle. Uses the same VST, minus 100. Also, this doesn't really pitch down because it's already pitched down. Toby does shit like that. Also, it goes for the piano, flute, SGM string, even the Glockenspiel, the piano bass, the choir. Everything is detuned by negative 100 cents, which is very weird. So yeah, this is the whole notes. Don't be intimidated by it. It's just really large whole notes chord, like G B G B. No, it's not that complicated. It's just octave above, like E B B E G B, just copied above. Okay, so inside the effects chain, for the whole violin, I have the Fruity parametric EQ2. EQ like this, cut the bottom half, cut the bass a bit, just lower a bit for the treble to give some room for other instruments to play. Compressor, mild compression, Fruity delay, trio time, a little bit frequency cutoff, and input volume 59%. For Fruity reverb, it's just Fruity reverb 2. I just slap it in. I know it uses like Fruity reverb 1, but I couldn't be bothered to change right now. The same goes, I think the same goes for the recycle. Hold on. Yeah, it's basically the same minus the reverb. So yeah, trio time, 69 cutoff, nice. And 51% input volume. Ping pong, don't forget it's ping pong delay. Just mild compression, parametric EQ, nothing much. And the square. Yes, it's really dude, it's really like subtle down square. Like listen. So So yeah, parametric EQ2, fruity compressor, some compression, reverb, and delay here. The same is all 366, input volume 53. Yeah. And then the drums. The first 4 bar has a crash. And this is a weird thing I have a gripe about Fruity's soundfont player. Like in the original, there is a crash. No, not crash. A close hat. It goes like. If I can show you that, like this, it plays this. It's very subtle and very quiet, but it's listenable to through isolation, and you can pretty much hear it clearly. And the thing is, Fruity Soundfont player does not support that, so I need to make another channel specifically dedicated for it. Like here, for example, if I put it inside the MIDI clip, can't hear the ch at all. Can't hear it at all. So this is why I put it here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just need a little tiny boost of volume. Yeah. Okay. So next, this is the bread and butter, the bread and meat of every hopes and dreams, last goodbye, save the world. Shreddage. Okay, so for shreddage, use contact. During shreddage X quick play, I just pan it left and right to different outputs, output 1 and output 2. If I can show it. I can't show it. Wow. Outputs, yes, here it is. Okay, so yeah. And then it goes to this channel goes to stereo output 1, and then this channel goes to stereo output 2. And I have really big bass open for specifically reserved for channel 3, and I detune it by -4 semitones because there are some parts in the song where it won't go low enough to reach the notes specifically. So I detune it by -4 and I bring it up the actual notes so it can play the pitch. And then you might ask how I do it. So if I go to processing, I just click automate output. So if you see in the channel rack, the very first the undefined output is the output channel. If I put it -1, it will go to channel 5, insert 5. So undefined is basically the channel itself. 1 is channel 7, 2, 3, and so on is the rest of the channel. So as you can see here, the SD1 and SD2 goes. I make it undefined, so it goes to 1 channel. So it became a double track by default. And then for stereo 3, I just put it channel 1, so it becomes channel number 7. So yeah, very easy. I don't tamper much in the shredded stuff here. Only just this tune button, just this tune knob for shredded press open. And inside here we can see oh yeah, Maximus is basically just sound goodizer, but more option. I just increase a little bit for the low band frequency. Why? Because how do I say this? Toby loves putting soundgoodizer and all stuff. Actually, in this track there's also like soundgoodizer too, but I do not know. I think he puts it on master, but I do not know the exact value of it. So I just put it in here. It doesn't affect much. It doesn't make the sound super compressed, but it does make the sounds feels very thick. Yeah. The next is Revolver Mark 3.5. You can use HPSE, which came together with Strategy X if you bought it, and past hours, but I use 3.5 because it has more functionality. And an important note to when you use Strategy, Revolver, you need to toggle between mono and stereo processing. I have all of it on stereo, and in the default presets, which is a bank that came together with Shreddage when you bought it, HPSC, and then the Shreddage bank. I'll show you here. Yeah, this is basically what Toby uses. Heavy chug for the rhythm, and power metal, which is used on UGK, which I will go on later. So yeah, just make sure that all of it stereo processing is on, and a little bit of phase offset offset by 22.6 milliseconds to the left, because to make it even more stereo. Why? I do not know. Toby does it, and it's provable if you listen to the isolation, because normal double tracking isn't enough for him, I guess. Pretty compression, just a tiny bit compression, 2.9 to 1 ratio. I just base it on my ear, sound how close to it is, and just a tiny mid boost, because I think it sounds close enough to the original. Yeah, let's have a listen. Oh, also a quick important note that this song, Hopes and Dreams, use power chord articulation. In Strategy X, there's this tool. I don't know if I can see it. There's two sections. One is power chord, one is sustain. This is sustain. Toby only uses this in Last Goodbye and Save the World, but he uses power chords in Hopes and Dreams. Lower value means mutes, and high value means, well, it's sustain, and that's it. Sustain, I mean. Okay, so here it is. It alternates between sustains and mutes power chord. And for the shreddage bass, whatever, since it's open, since it's an open articulation, so you just standard volume all around. Just play it. Okay, so for the next part is the strings and flute tabs. Here, have a listen. Oh, I forgot. Okay. So as you can see here, this is the SGM flute, minus 100, and it plays this note, but for the string it plays a different note. It plays a E, which is in turn is actually just is actually just B flat F. Is that correct? Yeah, it's correct. Okay, so it's like it's a B flat power chord basically. And it just repeats. It plays at the start of the bar. Next is the arpeggio, which plays at the end. Here, have a listen. This is a different square. I basically made it so it plays the arp. It has this very, how do I say this? Very delay, very twinkly sound. Yeah, so 30 delay, 61 input volume, 71% color frequency, 3 time, normal, and then just fully reverb, 20%, 1.5. The same goes for the piano, 3 times, 67% color frequency, ping pong, and input 747%. Just a little bit of EQ, just trim off the high end just a bit, and then very compressor. Just gain it up a bit. Some compression, and that's it, I guess. It's very simple. Don't overcomplicate stuff. So, okay. So the next part, it basically just plays two times repetition of it. So the next part is the bar 33. This is the break before it goes full UGK, full melody motif. So here, have a listen. So first up, the TH viola. The TH viola here, I pan it to the left. This plays the melody, and since it's panned to the left, and remember we have ping pong on, and this causes this to bounce to the right. Yeah, bounce to the right of the stereo field, and creates this very nice stereo-ish kind of like sound. And the harmony, same, I just cloned the channel, is playing on the right side of the song, and the harmony bounces to the left side of the stereo field. So yeah, very simple. And you can see here this weird bar that is actually the automation, and at the end here it goes to center. For the drums, this is a special case. Have a listen. You see the difference? The snare is actually delayed. I do not know if Toby did it like note delay, just basically layer it with another note behind it, just lower the volume, or he does it by just slapping the delay. But I do not know the exact value, so for now I just put compressor, just delay 3 times, frequency 70%, feedback level 35%, so it just bounced 3 times. Have a listen. 3 times, and input volume 64%. So yeah, no ping pong though, just normal feedback. there's not much to comment on the drum, so we move on to the Heartache and the Heartache bass. This is playing a mute, but it's like a loose mute. If we go lower, it will become tighter. So like this is like, hold on, let me see. This is like 70% something, 65% something. I don't know, 65 for percent MIDI volume. Just basically, if I go any higher, see, so it starts to become, the mute starts to become tighter. So yeah. The next is the Heartache bass bar 33, just the same. There's no volume fluctuation. Oh, okay. Ignore this. It's basically just the same. I forgot to just level it out, but it's practically just the same volume. And at the end, it cuts off. And here is the SGM string, the infamous SGM strings. Note that this is low volume, because if I go any higher, the sound will become much louder, and you don't want that. Just very this mild sound. Have a listen. Oh, I forgot to mention that Toby loves to do panning, individual panning at that. Why, Toby? Okay. This is a same case for Save the World and Last Goodbye. Toby likes to do individual panning on strings. I do not know why. So he pans the bass note to left, and like these two, yeah, there's two upper notes. This, oh, I do not know, man. I do not know. I can't explain everything. Like, he does it so weird. Like this D note is right, and then left, and then right, left, right, left. Just, I do not know. Just look at the note when it transforms. I couldn't be bothered to explain which note goes where, which notes go where. Yeah. The same goes for like Save the World. It's even more horrible there. Here, let me show you a picture on the screen right now. This is the transcription of a member from Undertale OS, the Discord server. So yeah, okay, we're continuing on. This is the iconic sound of Hopes and Dreams. Okay, so this is the UGK. Play it with a square. I already explained the square, what it does. So Revolver, Power Metal, Heartache preset, Power Metal. Just keep it mono. Fruity parametric EQ to sort out the sound. Compressor to even the sound. A little bit of gain. 3.0 ratio, negative 25.7 dB threshold, attack, release, yeah. And then this is what makes the iconic Hopes and Dreams UGK sound: Revolver, Power Metal, and Fruity delay. So 3 times, 3.0 time, cutoff 66%, feedback 50%, ping pong, definitely ping pong, input volume 71%. So drums is practically the same as the rest of the song. It basically plays the same note, the same pattern, except for the intro where the crash is, and the drums on bar 33. It also has the hats. Yeah. So next, Heartache. Very aggressive mutes and normal sustain. Okay, Heartache bass. SGM strings. Oh my god, SGM string. Left. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So left. This is right. And then the second note is yeah, second note is left, right, and then left again, and then left again. Oh no, right. Okay, from the start. Okay, so left, no, right, and then left, okay, left, right, and right. So yeah, that's it. And then the TH viola, the TH viola. So yeah, it basically repeats another repetition, and it plays this special square up and piano. We start with piano Glockenspiel. This is the Glockenspiel, the same Glockenspiel played in Save the World during the break part before it transitioned into the second part. Same notes, and then square piano arp. You aren't tripping, there is another piano under the piano Glock. It plays this note. I do not know, Toby likes to overcomplicate stuff. Don't forget the delay in here. I already told you that for the delay, for the reverb. No EQ because I'm too lazy. And it only plays ARP, so whatever. This is the square ARP, also played together with the duty cycle. As you can see, this is the correct note. And this is like the tune minus 6 semitone stuff. The minus 6 semitone notes. Okay, so now we're finished on that part. We're going to the next part. The next part is the square piano triangle. Okay, so basically Heartache X, bass and strings are basically the same. I do not need to explain it anymore. Also the drums too. So square piano triangle. Okay, so let's break it down. Do the cycle. Flowy motif. Triangle also plays the flowy motif. This is the only time the triangle plays in the song. The next is SGM piano 1. The piano one is pan to the left. How much is it? 62, I think. And the triangle is cap center, and it's pan to the to the left. Yeah, it's pan to the left on the channel. I do not know why I pan on the channel on the insert mixer. So next is like do recycle. The same thing, but it's mono. It's at the center, so only the triangle and the piano playing the flowy motif is on the left. Next is the square harmony. So this is, I think this is the main melody. Yeah, so it's pan to the left and the harmony is pan to the right. Very simple stuff. And then there's a piano bass. So much piano. Toby loves playing the piano. Okay, okay, so for the piano, there's a piano bass. Play this. That's very simple. It's pan to the left. I pan it on. No, I pan on the notes. Here, you can see, and 62% left. And I think that's it. That's it for the square piano triangle part. And then the next part is basically the same, but it's one semitone up in pitch, in key, I mean. And there's the TH viola solo flute, which plays this. Isn't pan anywhere, I think. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not. And flute plays this. And the piano Glockenspiel is now playing along with melody. Oh, sorry. At the end, there's a FLS-01A symbol. Next is the lead break. Okay, so here's what it plays. Okay, so lead break. TH instrument, TH viola, square, and SGM strings. SGM string, I think. Yeah, it's practically the same. And then the piano is doubled with it's played together with choir. The choir is pan to the left, to the right. and UGK is playing the break notes. And there's a FLS, and there's the reverse scratch symbol again. Transitioning to the next part. The next part is basically just Radish X playing together with Radish bass. And then the piano choir break is playing the same note. Then the drums is the same, and then the lead break. Notice the end change right here. Same goes for the SGM string. And then the ARP here. ARP plays alternating piano 1, TH Glockenspiel playing. You can see here, I pan it very carefully per note, and then I just put it on center every time it ends, so it doesn't mess up if I try to basically copy the whole playlist and duplicate it. And then there's this how do I say it? Contested. Still argue about. I do not know the correct notes, but there's a Heartache melody inside under the piano 1 break harp. I do not know. I do not know if this is. I don't think this is a Heartache melody. I think the one made by Nini, my friend on Discord, is actually much more correct. But yeah, here's all of it playing together. Oh yeah, and Ultimate Guitar Kit just play extra 3 note, extra 4 note. And it just repeats again, and this is the outro. The outro consists of duty cycle and the square, but first let's hear the duty cycle. If it weren't okay. It's mono, and then there's like two things happening. One is playing the arp, and another is playing the melody. And it plays a descending arp, and then ends on G sharp. Okay, not G sharp. It's like what's the note? On E, I think, because this is -1 semitone, and the square is playing the same. Oh yeah, there's a pen up to semitone F. The end note here should be answered by the, it goes da da da, and I think that is for the main melody. And for the shreddage, it's just a long pick mute. For the shredded bass, it's just basically the same, constant PD velocity, and it's playing the same shreddage here. Long mutes. and then SGM strings and coil. The geo thing is actually layered with it, okay, and you can hear it. And I think it cut off the bit. Think that's how Toby did it. Let's just prolong it and just letting it fade out. Just let the natural fade out. Right? Drums basically the same. Just another rock beat. And then this is the UG key. It plays until the end, so here's all of it played together. And yeah, that's basically it, and it basically, I think this concludes for deconstruction video for Hopes and Dreams. I maybe save the world. I think it's pretty simple. I need to basically just copy this FLP, put in the notes for save the world. I already like a 3-in-1 FLP. I did it like a year ago, a year or 2 years ago. A year ago, I posted. It got 36,000 views. Thank you so much. I didn't expect it to be well received, and I think it got like the first thing it showed up on the search bar. So yeah, I think this is it. So yeah, I do not recommend you to recreate it. It's actually hell to do this and put up with Toby's weird as hell mix. And you can, and Toby's mixing is like, how do I say this? It's like not really muddy. It's really compressed. You can see the waveform is very compressed compared to mine. I show you on the screen right now. So yeah, it's actually much easier to make it sound good and decently mixed for someone instead of like remaking Toby's mixes. That's how weird Toby is on his mix. Like, not to mention how, like, on his recent Deltarune Chapter 2 release, for the YouTube release of the OST, he put Soundgoodizer on master. A classic Undertale SoundCloud move, you know? Because it basically literally just the in-game OST, put it in FL, put Soundgoodizer on it, export, and then put it on YouTube. Very, I don't know how to say it, lazy. I don't know. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah.